Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4, and today we're heading to Gamefound to look at Wild Assent and the expansion, standalone, Lavon Rising. So, Lipstickpaddy's on call to tell you all about this huge Kickstarter page right after this advert about our sister channel. If you like PC gaming, you'll love our sister channel, where me, Lipstickpaddy, is the host of all the videos, and we're currently doing a Let's Play on Biomutant. But this Saturday we have a review of a kickstarted PC game that tries to bring board gaming dungeoneering into the video game, and you're going to love it. Let's put the splash screen up here, and hopefully you can head over there to check out this great game on Saturday. So thanks for listening. Welcome peeps to Gamefound. Wild Assent, Lavon Rising. Now this is an interesting title because I'd say, I want to say 80% of this Kickstarter is Wild Assent. It really is. It's the reprinting of Wild Assent. Yes, that Kickstarter that I didn't even know about. It was before I even came on Kickstarter, and it was super late, but finally got to people's tables and was a big shock surprise for many. Certainly for me, I'm like, ooh, it looks so good. So here's a fantastic way to get it, but oh my goodness. These boxes are so heavy, they have individual shipping for each type of boxes you're going for. It's like, what the heck? Let's go down. There's so much surprises here. Well, Wild Assent, if you don't know, is a skirmish game hunting beasts with a light campaign, which is does not branch at all. Whereas Lavon Rising is a full-on campaign, which has got branching storylines, which is getting people very excited because the narrative of the team of Lazy Squire Games is fantastic from all reports. Now, as we go down, tons of minis, giant minis, really big minis, 72-hour early bird, and this campaign's only a 10-day campaign. It's already blasted through 6 stretch goals. It says there's no more stretch goals coming. And it's interesting that they're only doing 6 stretch goals, but hey, why don't they just do a stretch goal at like 500,000 and then 1 million? These are like big targets, and you know when you've got that many backers that you can stretch it out, but maybe they can surprise us. I mean, Kickstarter can put surprises on. I don't know if Gamefound can do this because you've got to kind of preload your stretch goals, but maybe. I've not experienced Gamefound putting extra stretch goals on, but hopefully we'll see that because they should be trying to keep up with what Kickstarter can do, trying to be competition and all that jazz. Anyway, if you want all of it, $370. I don't care about this $1. It's $370, but the shipping, the shipping's going to push that over $500. I can guarantee you, at the minimum. Yes, I mean, it's got to the stage now where shipping, I'm not even talking about the shipping issue, I just mean shipping in general, it's just something you've got to pay for. Especially with these boxes that are trimmed with stuff. Now, the Mist Tower here, this 72-hour pledge, well, it's kind of a bit confusing because I don't know what this early bird is for. Is it going into Wild Assent? Is it like a boss in Wild Assent, or is it in the Lavon Rising? Because I think really it's a boss, isn't it, that you're going to hunt. It's going to be in Wild Assent base game. That's what I think. Now, Wild Assent, it says here, was an ambitious board game, and they have not rested their laurels with Wild Assent Lavon Rising, because this is even more ambitious. And this is what Kickstarter, crowdfunding, we might generalize, is good for. is super fantastic, over the top, ambitious stuff, and all that good stuff. Now, there's lots of heroes, lots of things going on here. The top board at the camp is kind of the storyline, and you've got like the hunt on the game board here. But really, to make this the big hunt game, you've got to get the expansions for it, which you'll see when you come down here, because the base game is limited. Because when you get the add-ons boxes, which is the Shadow of the Silver Stream, as we go down, you'll see all this jazz. Unlock stuff. Unlock stuff. For what? This is a confusing game found. It's like, oh my god. Because even if you click this, it doesn't tell you what it's coming for. We will 3 new equipment. That's terrible English. Wheel 3 new equipment cards that can be used in both the hunt and the arena. So that one is for the original game. What if you have the original game? How are you getting the stretch goals if they're just going to that? Got add-ons here. I'm assuming this is from the original Kickstarter campaign, and all that stuff. But here we go. This is the Wild Assent core box. This is the reprint, and then you've got the 2 extra boxes here. These are, I'm assuming, the expansion boxes with the original Kickstarter. Because the whole point of this Gamefound page is the expansion. Not expansion, the standalone Lavon Rising, which is the epic campaign, choose your own adventure style. But it's like skirmish type. You know, you're not going through dungeons with maps and stuff like that, like you have in Midara. It's more of the skirmish type fighting and storyline that way, but branching story is all the same and all that good stuff. I'm definitely hot on the title. I mean, there's just so much here to gather. It's like an epic page. It really is. And heart attack! Heart attack here! I'm having a heart attack. Look at all these boxes. So, Lavon Rising's 2 boxes, and this gold box here, not got a name on it. Who are you? So, there's like mystery here. Okay, we need to take it slow. Wild Assent. I don't know why they've got the MSRP. I don't even know if this has come to retail. The minis are lovely. Absolutely lovely. They've all been realized, so this is not, you know, 3D printed. These are what the minis are physically looking like. I think the picture here on the Gamefound page looks a little bit low res anyway. Let me click here or go to a extended thing to look at these in detail, because they are real, aren't they? So yeah. So these are the heroes. They come with their own tokens and cards and upgrades. You kind of, it is like a light RPG as they're getting better abilities and things like this. There's lots to choose from. Come on, too many to choose from. A bunch of enemies, because you're not always hunting a big thing. You're going to be skirmishing with these little things. The wild creatures then down here, these are the big things you're hunting. And, you know, we've got 4, we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 massive monsters to fight. No. 5. More. There's more. Notice all these enemies as well that are coming with their own cards and AI. This is kind of interesting, playing on the skirmish thing. It's like a Monster Hunter feel. the arena equipment for upgrading, hunt equipment that you can get, scouting around. I like all these cards as you're kind of moving around. They're cool. Workers that you can get for you. Fascinating stuff, isn't it? These bloody cards without paint on them. You know, you might as well get your brush out and paint them in. I really don't like this art. I'm saying that from a back though, because when you get the cards in your hands, I don't think it matters as much. But when you're looking at it here, then yes. But you know, it's just one of those things. And these are the boards. So you've got your camp here. You've got the big boards to do the skirmish on. Oh, look lovely. And they've got like these tokens here, which represent furniture, if a better word. But you can get like miniatures for these down below. It's like you can completely pimp it out. Right. We're getting down to the next box. So this is bringing one extra large miniature and 65 minis. So I think this box, Shadow of the Silver Stream, it's adding more enemies to fight, less enemies to hunt. Some more heroes. There's the Shadow of the Silver Stream herself. Is that going to be a boss? These berserkers. So are these not heroes? No, you're attacking these. The scenery. So the scenery comes in this box. Is it part of that? It's a confusing going on here. And would it be so much as a thing to put a sentence, a paragraph here even, to say, look, this is the Wild Assent Shadow of the Silver Stream. Why is there no paragraph saying, this is going to add a bunch of enemies to take out and a big mini and more cards to shop and create stuff? You know, I just want to see that, because at the minute we're just looking at plastic and there's not much here telling me if you're just casually coming here and having a look at all this. The art for all the minis though is spot on though. I like that they've got their own special cards. This is all cool. The scenery is definitely fantastic, especially in the skirmish if you're playing in an arena. And it's just like a big slough of plastic without really telling me what's going on. The Hydra here is phenomenal though. Look at that beast. And really, some of these minis that you're getting now on Gamefound and Kickstarter, you're going to have your own glass cabinet with these big ones, because holy smoke, you're going to have like a museum piece in your house with minis, and then you can put a little tag on a stand saying, this is from this game. This is from this game. But better than a museum, if you're playing that game, you'll open that and take it out and put it on the table. So, but still, could be an impressive display when you're collecting these games that have got fantastic, massive minis. And wait till you see the dragon in Lavon Rising. Yeah. Twin dragon. Okay, this is a twin dragon. It looks like a Hydra. There's a Hydra in here, maybe? More scenery. Well, this is coming from the forest. These are all the more cards, and you can see here loads of equipment, more locations, and more workers and things like this. Look, just various cards and tokens, you know. Okay. So we finally get to Wild Assent Lavon Rising. Alright, it's 50% of the page is the reprint. We're down at 50% on this Gamefound. A whopping big thing. Although there is quite a lot at the bottom for shipping and this stuff. Anyhow. 2 big minis. Super extra large minis. Loads of cards. It should say here though, and it doesn't. It has little messaging anyway. It should be saying a lot more than it does, but it should be saying, comes with a vast campaign book with branching storylines where many of your choices can even kill off heroes. I'm not joking, you can make people die with your choices. Stuff can happen, and the Lazy Squire dev team like to do this, where potentially your choices kill off characters, because Storm Sunder, that they did, had a similar mechanic. And in a storyline, it's certainly more potent when that can happen. Absolutely. The Seekers, the Assents. I mean, Seekers, Assents. There's like no messaging here. It's like a mysterious campaign, isn't it? Yeah. These are the heroes, come on. You've got the Tovar Prince, sword and shield. It's not sword, it's a pike. It's trident shield, there we go. We've got Naelis here, the archer. Okay. Gallia, the dual-wielding swords, but she's got a fire nunchucker as well. Nice. Zaxrin, Defender of Kings. I'm going a bit slower here, peeps, because Wild Ascent up above has had a Kickstarter already, and you may already know that. This is the new stuff down here. I really like the armor. In fact, the actual miniature and art team from the dev team is spot on, isn't it? Dynamic poses, are you kidding me? Look, he's going to absolutely fork someone that's on the floor. The bow lady is obviously shooting down at something, looking fantastic. This lady is just preparing for battle now, and she looks like she is ready to swing this thing. Earthquake hammer. Many goblins died to bring you this information. What information? No writing! I guess a lot more are going to bite it because this content is incomplete. You're telling me it's incomplete? You need an atomic bomb on the goblins to get more information out. Written stuff. Do they expect people to watch loads of Kickstarter videos to see what all this stuff is about? Can we not just extract the information from your Kickstarter? Okay. Dinosaur. What is it for in dinosaurs in these games? In fact, there's another dinosaur there. And another dinosaur. And then the big dragon. Looks like it's got 4 wings. It's a very interesting dragon. And dragonkin kind of things down here. I love the mammoth though. Look at this. I love it how people say it's a woolly mammoth. Was there a mammoth? Wasn't it? Is a mammoth not just woolly per se? I mean, come on. But he's decked out to the 9 here for combat, which is great. I mean, you can tame an elephant, can't you? Can't you tame a mammoth? And this is why these boxes are heavy. All these miniatures. The Aurelian dragons. Just a massive infernal dragon. Talking more about goblins though. Now the art is looking really nice. At least the backgrounds are art styled. The characters themselves, the backgrounds are nice as well. I like the fact that they've got all this. And yeah, we're getting some beautiful backs to these cards. Look at these. you're getting a whole bunch of these cards. These are the boards. I guess they're going to be, you can turn them over, but it's going to be 2 boards then, dual-sided. These are going to be where you're fighting in the campaign. And again, it's like you're skirmishing, but going through a campaign with branching storylines. So here we go, right down here. We're roughly 65% down. The Hunt. I don't really want to know about the game here. I can watch a playthrough, which we've done, and gather what that is, but it's just to know what's in the box, what you're getting with these add-ons, because here you're 370. You're 370. I don't know what's coming in these boxes. Look, you got your paragraphs here, but not for the boxes. This is just you talking about. Yes, the workers. The workers will have powerful passives and will craft recipes for you. There's only a finite number of worker slots available, so choose the right workers to match your play style. And you'll be upping these in the early and late game. Interesting. I don't know why they didn't have this at the top. Dangerous locations, it should say. And you're going to be scouting around, and you'll be fighting creatures as you're scouting around and stuff. Nice. Then you're going to find the beasts, and you're going to hunt them down. Absolutely. I went to the wilds once. A flower ate my horse. Must have been a bloody big flower. And then a dinosaur ate the flower. Assuming the dinosaur was a herbivore, does that mean he lost his vegetarian cred? I certainly didn't hang around to ask. If it's a man-eating flower, it would have digested him in acid. Not the horse. The horse would have been digested with acid. So probably still vegetarian. The arena. We're back on Wild Assent now. The arena. We've switched gears. Yes, we know this. Story-driven campaign. Ooh, it's linear in it's linear, and it's not like a campaign game. Although it does have a campaign. It's a bit like Tenaris Adventures is like the big story campaign, and the base game. My brain is just burned. I keep calling it Tenaris Adventures. The base game of that is like the Skirmish that had a campaign. But it was far more Skirmish, but it had a good campaign. And that's what Wild Assent has. It is a good Skirmish with a good campaign. But if you want the full campaign experience, you get Lavon Rising. Now they've got this click to read the demo campaign book, and where is it at though? Because we're talking here about Wild Assent. Or did they switch gear? They did. Lavon Rising adds to a new type of campaign where your decisions will determine the flow and outcome of the story. What kind of hero will you be? Will you hold firm to your convictions, defiantly facing every challenge? Or will you cower at the obstacles before you, willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to save your own skin? And will you make prudent decisions based on fact, not fiction? Or will you fall into madness, embracing your darkest impulses to ruin all of those around you? Sounds great. And I'm totally on board with the big pledge, by the way, peeps, but I will certainly be $1 pledging because the shipping is a grave concern when we go down. I love the bloody war hog. Why is he a war hog? I guess he's got, I don't know, these primordials. It looks like he's got stone armor on. That's why he's a war. I'm trying to talk myself around here. The Arachni here. Now it suggests we're not offering you 100-hour plus of story. We've been there, done that. We're promising you a tight, well-executed adventure you and your gaming group will actually be able to finish again and again. And with it being branching and all that stuff, hopefully you get more playthroughs of it. Because, you know, if you've, let's say you've got Gloomhaven, have you played Gloomhaven a second time with a different play group? Most likely, if you've had playing Gloomhaven for the last 4 years. Tell me in the comments if you've played Gloomhaven with 2 different board game groups. Alright, so you can look at the campaign. It will show you how you're choosing storylines. They did this with the Storm Sunder campaign, and there is some surprising stuff in here, and the narrative's strong. So now there's a ton of videos, so we're going to go right down with these nice buttons. The minis then. Some are going to 70mm. The actual little minis are just at 30. Looks like the heroes are at 40. And the big monsters are at 120. Look at that. I say 40. You've got to be specific here. Is it 42mm? I don't know. They're bigger than normal anyway. 32 is your average, so that they are bigger than average. These 2 minis, we've got Alexander above and Jaden below, are final PVC minis from Storm Sunder. Ooh. This is the kind of quality we expect for Wild Assent. Now they have this Lazy Squire official painter. So they're going to be doing some videos to paint up your minis. They are larger than life and stuff, so this is nice. I like when they support this inside, and that when you get a game they've got like painting guides and things like that. That's really cool. Now here we go, this is a cause of concern, and I'm not talking about you, China, with your BS shipping poo-poo. Wave 1 shipping. Core game, Shadow of the Silver Strem, Lavon Rising. Look, 3 different prices. There's not an all-in shipping price. You've got to pay this shipping 3 times. Are you hearing this, USA? If you're coming in here on your $370 pledge, you're going to be putting over $100 on to get all of it too. So if you kind of really want this, I would do the $1 pledge, peeps, because this is all estimates. And this is wave 1 shipping. Can they not throw it all in? Now it says these prices are estimates on weight and size. Shipping prices may rise, and Lavon Rising is going to ship in 2 waves. Rest of the world shipping, we're still working with our partner to determine shipping for these countries, so you better get on it. And more importantly, this little bit here, which is very important. Wild Assent is a heavy game, like 10 kilos. We can incur a dramatic increase in cost, especially for the larger pledges, and we don't want to promise prices we can't deliver literally on. You're telling me? Now we're gonna, this is a concern as we go up here. Now, there's a little bit something down here, Storm Thunder. Now, at Lazy Squire Games, they did Wild Assent, was a learning experience, how to make a game, get it printed, and all that stuff. They took that knowledge to design Storm Thunder. We've stepped up our game significantly since 2018. Now it's time to take the Wilds to a wider audience. This is true. They're growing as a company, Lazy Squire, and they're showing some good stuff. It says here, we're proud to present a pack of Wild Assent avatars. Please, anybody in the comments, tell me, where are you using these avatars? I've seen Kickstarters do this, and it's finally questioning it. Now, I think what they should do, if this China BS continues, is offer Wave 3 shipping. Meaning, I'm willing to wait for the shipping prices to return to normal. I can wait. Wave 3 shipping. Fancy that. And so they're not putting here Wave 2 shipping, which is Lavon Rising, are they? They've not mentioned that there. It says it will ship in 2 waves, but that normally means you can skip the 1 wave shipping. Normally when you put it together, it should be cheaper because depends on your shipping provider, but sometimes when you go over 10 kilos, it's the same price. So if you bundle it all together, are you not getting like a maximum price no matter what the weight goes up to? I don't know, but I don't know. If they're not putting their shipping like as an all-in shipping or an all-in Wave 2 shipping, they'll have to put that in later on down the line, and that's why I prefer the $1 policy. Let's go back up to the top. The project story. The story's nowhere. You've got to go down here to gameplay for the story. Now the early bird is just suggesting get on the campaign. It doesn't suggest you've got to have a pledge or anything like this. And it's another boss to go and hunt, which is lovely. It's that arachnoid. Can we go down to the... Let's just select this reward and you'll see what you get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes, peeps. All heavy boxes, and they're charging shipping for these boxes. So, Wild Assent and the Stretch Goal box, that has its own shipping. Silverstream has its own shipping. Lavon Rising has its own shipping. Dear me. Stretch Goal box, then you can probably pledge for this if you've got the original game, so that's nice. And Dangers of the Wilds. Did we go past that? There's so much here to look at. Where's the all-in Wave 2 shipping? Just put it all on Wave 2. You know, ship it all in one big box so it's cheaper. And if the prices have not returned to normal, Wave 3. You heard it here on Kickstarter Radio 102.4, Wave 3 shipping. When prices have returned to normal, I'll wait. Board's looking lovely though. Presents on the table, beautiful peeps. Well, there we go. Wild Assent Lavon Rising. A phenomenal board game that is so ambitious, we have to cover it immediately. You can get Wild Assent here if you missed it. Yes, it's going to come at a premium, but these are heavy, serious boxes that'll be coming delivered, and hopefully you've got safe space on your shelf for all this stuff. And Lavon Rising, standalone, a standalone game with a branching storyline that's replayable and not a 100-hour campaign designed so you can replay it. All that good stuff. Now, what do we want to see? Well, the stretch goals have all been blasted through. It'd be nice to actually get some stretch goals at the 500,000 and 1 million, so they're real stretch goals. And so hopefully they'll surprise us with that. And is it so difficult to sort out the shipping to say you can just do a wave too? Because they've not even mentioned putting it all in on one shipping. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, you'll find that out anyway. And if you miss the campaign, it will be on Gamefound to late pledge immediately after it's finished. So it'll be all that good stuff. Now, there's 13,000 people backing the project, and they're probably not back from work yet. And there's only just shy of 1,000 here. So this is yet to explode, and we'll see where it's going. It's interesting, we have a thing here. It looks like it's growing up to 1 million, the bar here. So maybe there is something that may happen. Anyway, Wild Assent, there we go. Lavon Rising, a spectacular game on Gamefound. We highly recommend it, but we recommend the $1 pledge so that the shipping becomes known when the project's near finished, and you can keep up with all the updates and see how the game is progressing and all that good stuff. And really, is there anything much more to follow on the campaign with it fully stretched? Well, maybe they'll do some kind of videos, some social stuff, who knows. Certainly if it doesn't blow up, they'll be forced to do some work to kind of convince people that are on the shelf. After all, 13,000 people backing it. But yeah, we do highly recommend it. We can't wait to get this to the table. Again, Wild Assent, it came on Kickstarter when we weren't even into Kickstarter, I think. And it was super late when it arrived, and dear me, was I excited to play it. Here it is, back on Gamefound now. Well, not back on Gamefound, but it's getting reprinted with a phenomenal expansion, which is doing things even better with a branching storyline game. So, yeah. Epic stuff, peeps! Well, thank you so much for watching. Please tell me in the comments what you think about this massive Kickstarter page and the lack of paragraphs telling you what the boxes bring to the challenge, because it is so hard to write what the box is. And I think board games do a bad job of this, don't they? Like, give a synopsis of what the board is on the back of the box and on the Kickstarter pages, because yeah, what does this extra box give me? You're just telling me the contents. I want to know what it's bringing to the game. It's not obvious. So on that bombshell, thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This has been Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.